to Module 4 of our class. Let me go ahead and share screen so we're all on the same page as to what is due for Module 4. So we've been talking previously about energy usage, the global energy supply. We got a little bit into coal, fossil fuels, natural gas a little bit last week as a bridge fuel. So this week, as you can see, we're going to go into nuclear power. Some of you mentioned nuclear power in your responses and your discussions, and we'll take a little a look here at nuclear power. So of course, the module introduction here is some of the learning objectives. So looking at the history of nuclear power, how it originated, and then where we are today with nuclear power, looking at fission and fusion reactors as well too. We're going to look at safety issues from some of the radioactive wastes and how they're handled, some of the environmental benefits of nuclear power as well, and then some of the issues like Fukushima that happened, and looking at where we're going to go from here in terms of the future use of nuclear power. For your readings and resources, if you're following along with the textbook, chapters 6 and 12 is where we're going to focus here. So look at chapter 6, looking at fusion and other potential future technologies. So this will look at radioactivity, it'll look at fusion, and look at generation. So we'll get a little bit into some of the type of reactors. It can be a little bit complicated, so we're not going to get too much into it, just kind of introduce them so you're aware of them. Looking at what are those certain obstacles that might prevent a comeback into the nuclear industry, and also some of the environmental impacts. Chapter 12 is going to look at fusion and other potential future technologies. So that's going to look at fusion as compared to fission. So right now we do fission, where it's splitting. Fusion is going to fuse these radioactive elements. That is in the future. That's still kind of in the works here. And then some of the advantages and barriers to development of fusion power. There's also a few articles for your reference as well. So looking at the difference between fission and fusion, looking at Germany's energy policies, and more information here about nuclear power. Not too much to do this week, so you'll be probably happy to know that. For your discussion this week, we're going to talk about nuclear power course. So if you were a voting member of the NRC, which is the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, would you vote to extend the commission for these reactors? So this is what you're going to focus on right here. I'm highlighting the discussion prompts. So what factors is going to influence your decision one way or the other, and include some of the current use of the reactors versus building new ones or retiring nuclear power plants. And then do some research. So what are some positions of other economic world leaders that uses nuclear power? So what is China thinking? What's France thinking? What's Germany thinking about utilizing nuclear power in their countries? And then which country, and you can include the US if you like, do you think has the best plan for nuclear energy power over the next century, and why? In your responses, which are due on Sunday, you're going to compare your opinion with your classmates. So remember, it's okay to agree to disagree, just be respectful, and also include citations and references to back up your information. So with the discussion, your initial post is due Thursday, and your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday. You also have a quiz to complete that is also due by Sunday. So looking at the readings and resources from modules 3 and 4. And then this is called final project planning. So there's nothing due. This is an ungraded assignment, but begin researching your final paper. So looking at these 3 items here, the future energy supply being affordable, the source of this energy, and clean energy. So based on these desirable attributes, consider what the U.S. energy mix is going to look like. So again, not graded assignment, just to be working on your final paper, which is due in module 7. So all you got to do this week is your initial posting in due on Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday, and also the quiz covering modules 3 and 4 due on Sunday. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to some great discussions about nuclear energy this week.